Denver's top elections official says it is no surprise that historically marginalized neighborhoods tend to have low voter turnout.
9 News reporter Angeline McCall is in Denver with what they're doing to change that.
Yeah, Kim, Kyle, many of the communities that have low voter turnout also face other obstacles like language barriers, for instance, where they are areas with high rates of low income families. And so the clerk and recorder's office really wants to ensure that access is available to everyone ahead of the election day. Across the city of Denver, there are neighborhoods often left out.
We fully recognize that our vote is our voice.
Left out of the voting process, either because of low voter registration or low ballot return rates.
Westwood and the surrounding communities have one of the lowest voter turnout and ballot return rates in the entire city.
Mariana Del Hierro is the executive director at Revision, a nonprofit in Westwood holding community events and doing voter outreach.
There's a community with very unique needs that if we don't show up to vote, those unique needs will not be reflected on the decisions that are made downtown.
Westwood joins other neighborhoods like Montbello and Sun Valley with a pattern clerk and recorder Paul Lopez wants to change.
It comes to no surprise that the same neighborhoods that have, the least amount of park space, right, that do not have access to grocery stores, these are also precincts in areas of town that have low return rates when it comes to returning ballots or participating in the elections.
A disparity seen in voter turnout that could be due to lack of trust, lack of access, or simply feeling like their vote doesn't count.
Coming from one of these neighborhoods, as a young man, I know what that's like, what it's like to feel that you don't matter in this city. However, we have a direct impact on that with our participation, and that's why we're doing this.
Outreach that focuses on those communities rather than ignoring them.
We want to be able to be seen as a community that can make or break an election.
And with better voter turnout, the better chance their voice isn't ignored on election day or throughout the year.
We want to make sure that we are activating communities so that when certain items are decided downtown, our voice is reflected via the votes that we turn in.
Clerk Lopez and Revision just held a town hall for voters in Westwood just yesterday, and they have other events coming up later this week as well as next week, and so that's something to put on your radar. And in the meantime as well, Lopez and his team are also making sure that people have lighthearted ways to get engaged. We're talking yard signs, even things like tattoos. This is one that he gave me today. It says denvervotes.org. Also has November 5th on it with a sparrow. So it made me feel like a kid again, especially in neighborhoods that have a lot of children and a lot of families. So this is one way to kind of do a lighthearted way of engagement. Kyle, Kim.
It beats the sticker. It beats the
does.
sticker.
Now just be careful. You might need to cover it for the next several days to see if it stays.
Yeah, if you want to keep it through election day.
I
don't know.
Right? I want to see how. Yeah, or you can go get a new one at election day too. We never know. Maybe they'll start handing out tattoos instead of stickers. But you didn't hear that from me.
All right, I'm
Freshen it up.
I show up on election night with one on my neck. All right, Angeline, thank you.